All right, welcome back to Morrowind. This is our second episode, and we're gonna jump into it. Last time we made our character. We are playing as a sort of Breton hybrid, heavy melee with a little bit of magic, because Bretons naturally have a little bit of magic. And we made our way to the town of Balmora, and we were in search of one Caius Cosades, the Spymaster of the Imperial Blades, which are the sworn protectors of Emperor Uriel Septim VII himself. So Emperor Uriel has released us from prison, sent us to meet his old buddy Caius, and we've been sent to Balmora. So the instructions from the guard captain said that we should check the local tavern for any leads on Caius's whereabouts. And while we're here, we may want to check with some of the local guilds and see if there's any work that we can do, since we have, recently been released from prison. We might need to, find some work to make some money and build up our skills. So we did a pretty good job the first episode getting caught up as far as, resources. We've got a pretty good start. We've got about 1,200 gold in our pocket, and that should be enough to kind of get us started here. So from the front gate of Balmora, if we pass the Silt Strider here, and we come down to the waterfront district, you can see there's some lovely Balmora residents going about their day.
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
And if we come down here to the South Wall Corner Club, the guard captain suggested that this might be the place to start looking for Caius. So we'll go in here and maybe ask around some of the locals, see if they've ever met Caius and where we might find his residence. And I think the best place to start
My
is probably with the
prices
bartender.
are the best in town.
So, what can I tell you about Balmora? I like to swap the latest rumors when there's something juicy enough to gossip about, or maybe if you have a little secret, maybe I have one to trade. All right, well, do you know anything about a Caius Cosades? Does he come in here? Oh, that old sugar tooth. I'm not sure where he's living now, but ask Bacola Closius, the owner. He'll know. Okay. So, sugar tooth is a reference to moon sugar. So, it sounds like our buddy Caius, the Spymaster, may have a little drug problem. Yeah, Bacola, he's the owner. He must be around here somewhere. So let's see. Who's this guy? Tapius.
The prey approaches.
The blue plates are nice, but
So this is the local thieves hideout. So all the Thieves Guild members hang out here at the South Wall Corner Club.
We are foolish.
Here's Sugar Lips
You want
Habasi.
something?
So if you want to join the Thieves Guild, we could talk
Over
to
there.
Sugar Lips.
That's
So Tild, let's go up here. There's Bacola.
What's this about?
I'm glad you asked. Good day. I'm Bacola, publican of the South Wall here in Balmora. We rent beds, and I have a limited selection of goods for barter. If you're new here, I can also tell you where to look for other services or specific place nearby. If you're looking for someone in particular, I'm able to help. We are looking for someone in particular. None of the Hlaalu counselors live in Balmora. Nilena Dorvain at the council hall is the ranking Hlaalu local. At the Fighters Guild, Adis Fireeye is the steward. Ithasi Rilvain is the Morag Tong steward. It's interesting that he mentions the Morag Tong because they're kind of supposed to be a secret. We're not supposed to know, wink wink, where they are, where their hideout is. Feldrello Sadri is the steward of the Balmora Tribunal Temple. And Sugar Lips is the local Thieves Guild boss. Who am I missing? Oh, Mages Guild, Rhaenys Athris is their steward. Okay, well, we're not looking for any of those people. We're looking for Caius. You know anybody by the name of Caius? Old Caius rents a little bed and basket just up the hill on the north edge of town. go out the front door, not the upper door to the terrace, then right up the stairs, then left at the top of the stairs and down to the end of the street. Yeah, so this is classic Morrowind quest directions that we all like to joke about. We're not going to get a waypoint. We need to remember these directions and follow them to the letter, which also tends to get you in trouble because Morrowind directions are not always to the letter. So, yeah, out the door, right up the stairs, left at the top of the stairs, and into the street. Easier than it sounds. So we go out the front door, the lower door, not the upper. And we go right up the stairs, left at the top of the stairs, and to the end of the street. And there are 2 houses down here at the end of the street. So we have Vorar Hellas and Caius Cosades' house. This must be the place. And oh, dear sweet Uncle Daddy,
you want
Caius
something, friend?
All right. What? Yes, I'm Caius Cosades, but what do you mean you were told to report to Caius? So you say your name is Nerevar Induril, and you've been told to report to me and deliver a package. Perhaps you'll let me look at it? Somebody's got a package, all right. Okay, very interesting. So it says here the Emperor wants me to make you a novice in the Blades, and that means you'll be following my orders. Are you ready to follow my orders? I mean, saying no kind of just ends the game. Like, I mean, it doesn't end the game, but you don't continue the game. Like, you just, that would be the end of the story. So I guess we have to say yes, right? But you could say no, and you could just go do other things and not play Morrowind. You know, just go explore Morrowind without the story. So yeah, we will follow your orders. Good. Welcome to the service, Novus Nerevar Induril. Now you belong to the Blades. We're the Emperor's eyes and ears in the provinces. You can use my bed if you need to rest. Okay, I think I'll pass. Hard pass on that one, buddy. But leave my personal stuff alone unless I say otherwise. If you like, you can improve your modest skills with our Blades trainers now. Or if you're in a hurry, I can give you orders right away, but don't forget to visit the Blades trainers. So the Blades trainers will give us, you know, kind of some starting skill points. I think they give us a little bit of a discount if we use them versus the other trainers in the world. So they offer cheap training, but not free. And he's giving us a list of some of the trainers, Rithleen, Termelin, and Nine Toes here in Balmora. So we can seek some of those folks out. And then also Serene in Caldera. I don't think I've ever actually dealt with Serene. And then in Aldrune, see Gildan, Shorvar, Horsemouth. They live in the hut west of Aldrune. And Elone the scout can be found at Iril's trade house in Seyda Neen. And Elone is in that upstairs area where we found Hriskar, the guy that was shaking Fargith down in the last episode. So yeah, so we may check out, I believe one of these, maybe it's Rithleen, but I believe one of these does like Longblade training, and then maybe it's Teremelin or Nine Toes. One of them is either the sneak or security skill master. So if you're looking for the secret masters in Morrowind can train you all the way to level 100 in their specific skill. And I believe one of these is either the sneak or security. I believe it's security skill master. So that's a nice little tidbit. So let's see what the orders are. First thing, Pilgrim. You're new and you look it. Here's 200 drakes. Go get yourself a decent weapon or armor. Or a spell. And second thing, you need a cover identity. Around here, freelance adventure is a common profession. I'm going to turn that background audio down just a tad. See if that helps. I know sometimes it gets a little loud. So freelance adventure is a common profession. Sign on with the Fighters Guild, Mages Guild, Imperial Cult, the Legion, advance in the ranks, gain skill or experience. And he recommends these 4, I think, because they are the easier factions to start out for new players. So, you know, if you're playing Morrowind or you want to play Morrowind at home and you want to start out with some of the easier factions, the 4 that Caius recommends here, especially the Imperial Cult, but these are the 4 probably easiest. Mages Guild is super, super easy. And we actually have two quests that we can turn in right away. And so we may go do that because we are already prepared to turn in those quests from the last episode, from episode 1. We gathered those materials on our route to Balmora. So, yeah, or go out on your own and look for freelance work or trouble. Then when you're ready, come back and I'll have orders for you. So he's going to give us a little bit of gold. 200 gold, not going to get us very far, but it's the thought that counts, right, Caius? Yeah, so we'll go check out some of these. I'm going to go ahead and just ask him about his orders. All right, ready for orders? Good. Go talk to Hasfet Antibolus at the Balmora Fighters Guild. Ask him what he knows about the Nerevarine secret cult and the 6th House secret cult. You'll have to do him a favor first, probably an ugly favor, but do it. Then get the information from Antibolus and report back to me. Continue. By the way, Hasfet is a student of Morrowind history. Take the chance to get a little education. And I have a few history books in here. Help yourself. You're welcome to them. No point in being part of history if you're too ignorant to understand it. So, let's see. We're going to ask him about the Nerevarine. Some Dunmer believe that an orphan and outcast, a youth born on a certain day to uncertain parents, will one day unite all the tribes of the Dunmer. Those are the Dark Elves. Drive out the invaders of Morrowind and reestablish the ancient laws and customs of the Dark Elven nations. They call this orphan and outcast the Nerevarine, and say the Nerevarine will be a reincarnation of the long-dead Dunmer general and first counselor Lord Enderal Nerevar. Oh, that's interesting. Oops. Anyway, maybe that's why the Emperor released us. He saw our name on the roll and was like, "Oh, we can't kill that guy. We gotta let him go." So, a trusted informant says they're a secret cult associated with some strange events recently, and more important, my informant thinks these recent disturbances are related in some way to the Nerevarine prophecies. The illiterate Ashlanders pass down their customs and history in the form of poetic verses. Among the things they preserve in verse are the dreams and prophetic visions of their wise women, in particular the verses that foretell the coming of the Nerevarine. But I don't know much about it. That's why I'm sending you to find out. So, Caius has heard these rumors. Apparently, he reported this back to the Emperor. They have released us. They want us to go help him investigate these findings. Do we need to ask about Hasfet? He's a drill master in the Fighters Guild. He's lived in Morrowind all his life, knows the natives, and talks a lot with backcountry mercenaries. He thinks of himself as a scholar, and he's particularly interested in Dwemer ruins and artifacts. So all of this information is going to be helpful. Morrowind doesn't hold our hands. We need to read these things to understand the context of what we're doing, so that when we are told to go somewhere, we know why we're there and what we need to be doing there. So it will update in our journal. As you can see, we got a journal entry about Hasfet and the Morrowind history. These are our orders telling us what to do. Let's see, Morrowind history. Jeanette Sit's little book is a good place to start. I have a copy here. Take it. You might also look for On Morrowind or On Morrowind, the Imperial Province by Aramenwe of Sunhold. That's definitely a high elf name if I've ever heard one. Anyway, so we're gonna go see Hasfet, check in with the fighters, and let's see, is there any Any other things we need to click here? I think we're good. All right. So let's see. He's got this little book, The War of the First Council. Now this, if you want some more history, if you really want to get into some of the history and context of what's going on in Vardenfell, this basically talks about what happened at the end of the War of the First Council and the downfall of it's basically the battle between the Nords and the Dwemer, who fought the Dunmer at Red Mountain, led by Nerevar, Vivek. We're going to meet a lot of these characters, but for those of you that know that are familiar with some of the characters from Skyrim or something, maybe you've read them in some of the history books in Skyrim. The War of the First Council is kind of what sets off the entire Third Era of Tamriel history. So it's only really these 2 pages in the Morrowind book, but you can read this if you want to pause it. Be my guest. All right. So let's see. All right, this is Rithleen's house.
You seem to be doing all right for yourself. What can I do for you?
Okay, so you are one of the Blades trainers, correct? Yes, we aren't trying to make a profit off fellow Blades, and as you rise up in the ranks, your discount increases. Still, we have to live, and training isn't cheap. So, wow, she just gave us a steel cuirass and helmet just for talking to her about the Blades trainers. That's kind of cool. That's something I did not remember. So when we train in Morrowind, we want to be very aware of the governing attributes of whatever we train. So you'll see Longblade, it says strength, block is agility, medium armor is endurance. I'm not going to train just yet. What I am going to do, and I'll put the webcam down so you can see this. So we have 2 points in strength and we have 3 in speed. So if we put 1 point into speed, that would give us 4, which would give us 2 bonus points to our speed attribute next time we level up, if we choose to take the bonus to that attribute. So we need to train 2 levels in strength to get a 1 point bonus in strength on our next level up. So based on this, on what skills we have, which we have progress toward our next level, strength would be a good one to consider. Also, our Longblade is 36. That's our best weapon skill. So I may not do this right now, but I do want to just kind of show you what I'm looking at whenever I consider those, whenever I consider those training points and how I decide what points or what attributes I want to level. So, but for right now, I don't think we want to spend the gold. We got a nice gift for talking to Rithleen. I may go see, let's go see if we can find these other trainers. The other one was Nine Toes and Tamerlane. And I believe they reside on the other side of the river somewhere. I want to say Nine Toes lives in one of these houses over here. But we'll just go look for a moment.
Make it quick, Outlander.
And if we don't find it
What do you
right away,
want?
I mean, I could have just asked Caius, but I'm doing most of this from recollection. I can't really say memory because I don't have it memorized, but recollection. That's Satan's house. Let's see. That's Fast Eddie's house. Fast Eddie is the security master. So maybe Nine Toes is Sneak. I'm not certain. But Fast Eddie, that's the security master I was thinking of earlier.
I will listen, Outlander, but make it quick.
Yeah, so with that armor that we received as our gift from Rithleen, our armor rating is up to 9 now. We just got some free armor rating just by saying hi.
Speak quickly.
Let's see, that's Hull. I believe one of these guys is...
Do you want something? What?
maybe not.
Why do you disturb me?
This guy does training, but he's not a blade trainer. This is Dranus. His house is in the middle row, east of the river Odai. Okay. And what about... I don't really have Tamerlane on here. Alright, we'll go see Nine Toes. Nine Toes is on the east side of the river where we just were. Yeah, this is not something I normally do, by the way. I normally go see Caius and then I go straight to one of the guilds. But for the sake of immersion and storytelling and all that good stuff, here's Nine Toes' house. Yo, Nine Toes, you here? You here, buddy? Oh, there he is. Yeah, and Nine Toes is an Argonian. All of the Argonians in Morrowind have these funny names. I think they got like more... I guess they got more like normal names later on in like Skyrim and stuff. But in Morrowind they all have these funny names that kind of describe something about them. So, Blades trainers. Oh! He just gave us 4 moon sugar. I don't think we want that. That's not good. The basics we can teach you won't cost much. Advanced training, though, that's expensive. If you're already skilled, you're much harder to teach. So, yeah, he just gave us moon sugar. That's weird. And he teaches sneak, illusion, athletics. So speed, personality, and agility. I don't want to spend 350. Athletics naturally... levels up really fast. I don't want to spend 350 gold on that to get our speed point. So we're just gonna do that. I think oh, here's a Dance in Fire chapter 3. That's a skill book. I'll just flip through these pages real quick in case you want to pause it and read the book. I've thought about doing maybe like a book series, like a book reading series. I don't really consider myself to have like the best reading voice, but I'm not against it. So we shall see. I may start up a Morrowind book reading at some point. If I do that, I'm not gonna. I'll probably just get the books from a like source file or something. I actually have there's a bound version of the Skyrim books, and I have that.
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
Which is kind of neat if you like reading those, but you don't want to sit at the computer and do it. I prefer to just read them in person, like with the actual book in hand, which is kind of cool. But I haven't found one for Morrowind or Oblivion. I'm sure somebody has something out there, but nevertheless, I know we can get the source files for the books and just read them directly rather than having to go around the entire world of Morrowind looking for each individual volume.
You like to walk a fine line, don't you?
Some of the more obscure books are relatively difficult to find. I'm going to go visit. Let's see if Ravir will take this moon sugar off our hands. I don't know if he will take it or not. So Ravir is the local trader. You want to buy Ravir's famous Daedric weapons. So if you're playing Morrowind for the first time and you've accumulated a decent amount of cash, I highly recommend one of these Daedric weapons from Ravir. And one of the easiest way to get these is you can steal the soul gems from the Mages Guild and trade them. And I'll show you that here in a minute. But this Fiend Katana, you know, it has bound longsword. You just cast longsword and then you have a Daedric level sword for 60 seconds and it works great. That's one of the highest damage weapons in the game that you can have right off the beginning of the game. Likewise, if you use one of these skills like Spear, with Spear, you can buy it. I could buy the Daedric, the Devil Spear now for 165 gold, and we could have a Daedric level Spear right at the beginning of the game, but we don't have Spear skills. So, but if you went with Spear or Shortblade, you could use either the Bound Dagger or the Bound. Well, I guess these are both Bound Daggers, aren't they? And these would be great weapons starting out for a lot of value for what they cost. So that's just a little tip. And this is something I've done a few times. Just go get some expensive items and swap them here. So let's see if he will take this moon sugar. Yeah, he'll take it. So Revere is... he's a trader, but he's not exactly, he skirts the law, let's say. And so he doesn't mind taking our contraband. All right. So we just sell our drugs to Revere. That way we don't get in trouble carrying it around ourselves.
Don't press your luck. You're on your honor.
Yeah. A lot of the NPCs will refuse to trade with us if we are carrying contraband like that. So, and I'm going to go visit the Razor Hole. Let's go visit. This is a nice little shop for weapons.
You like to dance close to the fire.
Oh yeah, we
don't
like
you?
to dance where it's hot, buddy. All right, Thoric. And the reason I like Thoric is because he has a steel crossbow right at the beginning of the game. You can get this, and it will do a consistent 20 base damage whenever you attack with it. So versus the longbow that does 1 to 20. With the longbow, it's like rolling a 20-sided dice and hoping that you get on the higher side of the rolls for your damage. Whereas with the crossbow, it will consistently do a 20 base damage. Also, he sells silver longswords. Silver longswords are good against undead. It's great to keep one of those on you at any given time. We have a magical enchanted sword, so we don't need the silver longsword, but it is good to have, and it does 1 to 20 slash damage. Our sword does 1 to 18. I'm gonna buy the steel crossbow from Thoric though, and let's see. Do I want to buy these silver bolts for 8 gold a piece? Ooh, that's like all our money. I'm gonna buy these steel bolts. We'll buy 40 of those. All right, that's 255 gold. Let's see if I'll take 255. Okay. All right, so now we have our steel crossbow, and we have to equip our bolts. So in Morrowind, it's just like in other Elder Scrolls games, you need to make sure you equip your ranged ammunition. And I'm going to hit F1. I'm going to set these as hotkeys so I can swap them quickly. So inventory menu, 1 is going to be our sword. 2 will be our crossbow. And now I can quickly swap between weapons as fast as we like. So, so this crossbow is going to do a lot of damage early on, especially. We just have to work on our target practice a little bit. What is our marksman skill? We're at 15. Yeah, we definitely need to do some target practice before we will be effective with it. But it's a good place to start. It's a good place to start. That's Millie Heston. All right, so we need to find some work, and I think the best place to start is going to be the Mages Guild, because we have prepped for this
Quickly, Outlander.
by
I haven't
collecting
much time.
items on our way to Balmora. So let's go in here. And this is our old buddy Rhaenys,
Speak
Athos,
quickly, Outlander, or go
and
away.
she's going to ask us if we want to join the Mages Guild. And of course the answer is yes. You are now a member of the Mages Guild. It was that easy. We didn't even have to try out. She didn't even ask if we know any spells. We may not even we may not even have any magical talent, but it doesn't matter because we are a member of the guild now. And when you are ready, you can ask for duties to perform. She doesn't have any duties. Speak to me again when you have proven yourself. In the meantime, speak with Ajira. Okay. Now the Mages Guild has a supply chest, and the code patch, which is I only have 5 mods installed. They're all mods that are designed to fix bugs in the game. But the code patch does add this little text that tells us who owns this and what rank you have to be to take items from it. So you'll notice it says owned by the Mages Guild and rank associate, which is the basic members. So as a member of the Mages Guild, we can access this. We're going to take this scroll of Almsivi and Divine Intervention. So these are our fast travel. We get 2 fast travels. 2 fast travels at the beginning of the game. And we can take these cure disease scrolls. I'm going to take 1. And in Morrowind, if you control click, you will only pick up 1 item out of a stack. Likewise, I want these restore magic potions. And if I shift click, I pick up the whole stack. And I'm going to take these lesser soul gems too. And there's a Spirit of Daedra is worth 100 gold. Book of Daedra is worth 45. We could sell those if we wanted, but we don't really need to. We'll just leave them there for now. Oh man. So if we go down to the lower area of the Mages Guild, we have
How interesting.
Whoa. Yes,
A
how interesting.
tourist.
That was, you were very, very close in my personal space there.
What do you want?
And here is our old friend Ajira. So Ajira has the first 2 quests for the Mages Guild. And if you remember, if you watched the previous episode, and I don't expect that you have, but if you have, I've got these mushrooms that I picked up. Bungler's Bane, Violet Coprinus, Luminous Rusula, and Hypophacia. We have some. We need 2 of each of those. And then we also need these flowers that we've collected. So the Heather, Golden Canet, Stone Flower, and where's the last one? I believe... I hope I picked them all up. Is it Willow Anther? Well, we'll just talk to Ajira and see. So, Ajira has some duties for us. Before Ajira can be a journeyman in the Mages Guild, Ajira must study mushrooms. To finish Ajira's report, Ajira needs samples of Luminous Rusula, Violet Copris. So here are all the mushrooms that we have collected. So if we just click duties again and click mushrooms again, there we go. Do you have the samples of all the mushrooms? Yes, here they are. And there you go. We just completed a Mages Guild quest. Very little effort. It was just a little bit of planning on the way from Seyda Neen. After we got off the boat, we picked all those mushrooms. So we can skip now to the next quest. Yes, Ajira has more duties for Nerevar. Ajira made a bet with Gelbadir. Ajira would be a journeyman before Gelbadir. Now Ajira must study these mushrooms and write a report. Ajira wants you to give Gelbadir a fake soul gem. Ajira has made a fake soul gem. Take it and put it in Gelbadir's desk upstairs. Gelbadir should be coming downstairs to talk with Maraine Dren, so no one will see you do this thing. So we're going to go leave this fake soul gem in Galbadier's desk.
All right, I'm listening.
Galbadir is at the very top of the Mages Guild structure here. And there she is. Hello. She doesn't even see us go do this. And then we just come over here and open up her desk. And you'll see she has a soul gem here. I'm going to take that one and I'm going to give her the fake one. But we can also snatch all of these things while we're here. Yeah, I know. Pretty sneaky, right? And so if we take these items, you'll notice they have a very high value. Now, the Morrowind code patch reduces the value of these items. But in the base game, I believe the Winged Twilight is worth like 60,000 gold. No vendor in the game has 60,000 gold to trade you. So, you know, you can still take that item over to Ravir and trade it for that nice Demon Tonto and have a Daedric Longsword at the beginning of the game just by trading this item to Ravir. As a matter of fact, well, we don't need. We'll wait. We'll wait for just a moment because I believe Ajira will send us to see her friend Ravir, and when we do that, Ravir should have a higher disposition for helping Ajira. So, yeah, the fake soul gem. You've put it in the desk as Ajira asks. Ajira thanks you. Okay. Yes, now Ajira will win the bet with Galbadir. So, duties. Excuse me. Ajira must now study local flowers. Willow Anther was the fourth flower. Okay. So Ajira must study flowers now. Ajira needs samples of golden cannet, stoneflower, willow anther, and heather. These can all be found on the shores of Lake Amaya. Well, we passed Lake Amaya on the way to Balmora. Okay, southeast out of Balmora, past Fort Moonmonth, and then follow the signs that take you to Pelagiad. So we passed Lake Amaya and collected all of these flowers. So if we click flowers again, do you have the flowers that Ajira wants? Yes, here they are. Another quest completed. That's 3 quests for the Mages Guild, back to back to back. And she's giving us some cool potions, and we're advancing in the guild. Hurrah. Duties. Let's see what else. Ajira is very sorry. Ajira has much work to do on these reports, so Ajira can win her bet with Galbadir. Maybe you could fetch a new ceramic bowl for Ajira. Yes, take these 10 drakes and go find Ajira a ceramic bowl. Ajira thinks Ravir, the trader here in Balmora, has some. So let's go see our dear friend Ravir. And Ravir was where we sold the moon sugar. And there's definitely some like racial stereotyping in Morrowind
What
where
is this about?
all of the Argonians are farm tools and all of the Khajiit cat people are drug addicts. So that, you know, that's a thing. Don't be offended. It's just the game. So Ravir has a ceramic bowl. We just need one. And while we are here, let's see. He has 500 gold. Let's sell these soul gems, the lineware platter. That's the second lineware platter we've sold, right? And then I don't believe there's anything we want from Ravir. Like I said, you could take the Demon Tonto or the Fiend Katana. The Fiend Katana would be an amazing weapon to have at this point in the game. We just don't need it, is all. But it would be a lot better than what we have. But not for 9,000 gold. Nope. We don't need to spend that. We already have a sword, so we're good. Do I want to sell some of these? Let's see. Restore magic. Cheap. Yeah. And restore health. Cheap. I know Ajira meant well by giving those to us, but they're really not that good. So, wow, that's exactly 515 gold. That worked out perfectly. Thank you. So Ravira's broke, and yeah. So we're up to 1750 gold. Not a bad day's work. Oh, also, because we are an associate, we can raid all of these barrels, which I'm going to do. A lot of alchemy ingredients here, and I will show you what we do with those. We might have to take a little trip to Caldera. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? You don't know what I mean. If you never played the game, you don't know what I mean, but everybody else does. But yeah, we'll go to Caldera and maybe do some potion making.
Question quickly. I must be going.
So,
Welcome,
Ajira.
friend.
Stolen reports. Ajira needs your help very badly. Galbadir stole Ajira's reports on the properties of mushrooms and flowers. Wow, okay. So we need to go find her reports. What about the ceramic bowl? Yes, Ajira needs a ceramic bowl. Did you find one? Yes, here it is. Good. This is a very good bowl, but now Ajira must find her stolen reports. Okay, so we need to search high and low all over the guild.
What do you want?
Do you see any reports? Nope, I don't see any here. Let's go check this room. Isn't this what we're supposed to do on YouTube? Like lead you on and make you watch a video when we could just go and show you the answer. So anyway, here's the answer. So there's the flower report. So let's take that. I'm not going to be like that YouTuber that the stereotype where I just like drag stuff out and make you agonize over like, oh wait, you passed it. Like that's how you treat children. Okay, like that's like the kids cartoons. So there's the mushroom report. It's wedged in these baskets we just raided. That's like the kids cartoons where they're like, do you see the blue dog? And it's like right behind the person. It's like, oh, it's over there. No, I'm not going to do that to you.
Yes, Breton? What do you want?
That's psychological
Yes, what is
mind fudgery. All right, Ajira, I found your stolen reports. Here they are. Okay, look at this. Exclusive. Now she gives us some good potions. Fire shield, frost shield, lightning shield, spell absorption. This, remember, our Breton race gives us 50% spell resist, and our Atronach sign gives us like 50%. I could be wrong. Actually, it should say down here. Let's see. Well, I may have to go into our magic menu. Yeah, 50% magic resistance and 50 points of spell absorption, which is basically 50%. So, yeah, we're going to totally eat magic. We're just gonna eat magic. This is gonna give us another 20 points of absorption. So, if we drink one of these potions, any mages that we fight won't even be able to hurt us. Very, very powerful stuff. Okay, Ajira knows many secrets, but they are not yet for you, friend. They are not yet for friend Nerevar. Speak with Ajira again when you are a warlock. Rhaenys here may have some duties for you, but Ajira does not like Rhaenys much. Maybe you should speak with Ajira's good friend Edwina Elbert at the Guild of Mages in Ald'ruhn. So, there are mages guilds all over Morrowind. It's not like in Skyrim everything takes place at the Mages College. It's a little bit more like Oblivion, where every town has a local guild hall, but the Mages Guild was destroyed at the end of the Oblivion Crisis, or following the Oblivion Crisis. And when we get to Skyrim's time period, which is a couple hundred years after Morrowind, the Mages Guild has kind of died out, and the Mages College in Skyrim is the educational center for mages, at least in the Skyrim region. So we can go to any of these Mages Guild halls and get quests. So there's going to be one in Ald'ruhn. There's also going to be one in Vivec, and there's going to be one in Sadrith Mora. And so a lot of different opportunities to do duties for the mages. So
Warm
All
day
right.
to you,
yes,
friend.
warm day to you too, Ajira. Okay. So we're gonna go back up here and see our local guild leader, Rainus. Do you want more duties or not? I don't have duties for an associate, but you may be ready for advancement, so let's click that. Congratulations, you are now officially the apprentice. Study diligent, perform more duties. Do we get another one? Now officially the journeyman. The evoker. Wow, she keeps just giving us... Okay, let's see. Advancement in the guild does not occur by magic. Pay more attention to your duties and make sure you understand our requirements. Okay, so we are an evoker now. I need someone to convince an ex-Telvanni to join us. While you're there, you can collect Manwë's guild dues. So this is going to be the first time the mages send us out to do anything dangerous. So the Telvanni's name is Larar Beriluth. He's in Sulapund. If you can't convince him to join, kill him. While you're there, collect the guild dues from Manwë. She is in Punabi nearby. So, wow, they're the mages are basically trying to muscle this this local magician Telvanni into joining the guild. So Sulapund is further along the trail from Punabi. Sulapund is just before the fork in the path. Okay. Guild dues. Manwë has failed to pay her dues for several years, and she now owes us over 2,000 septims. Allegedly, she is researching something in Punabi near Larar Beriluth in Sulapund. If you can convince her to pay the dues, I will split them with you, otherwise kill her. Again, a little bit strong of a response, but that's what they want us to do. So we need to look for Punabi. Leave Balmora going towards Fort Moonmouth to the east. Cross the old Dwemer Bridge just north of the fort that leads to Molagamur. Go past the Dwemer Ruin. Follow the winding trail east until you reach a lake. You will see Mirandus to your south. I will mark this stronghold on your map. Head north from Mirandus on the path between the hills. Punabi will be on your right, and Sulapund is further up on the path on the left. Just follow the signs to Molagamar. Okay, yeah. This is where people get lost in Morrowind. Like, this specific quest is where people get lost. Leaving town, going in search of Punabi and Sulapund, and never coming back. So
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
all right, actually I'm going to stay in the Mages Guild Hall.
Tidings and good wishes to you,
so
friend.
the so far we've seen two forms of fast travel. First is the Silt Striders. They take you all over the island to the main sounds. We also have our scrolls of divine intervention and Almzivi. Almzivi takes us to the temples, the tribunal temples, which are dedicated to the living gods Vivek, Sothasil, and Amalexia. So those are the Dunmer temples. And then the divine intervention take us to the imperial cult shrines, which is where they worship, the Imperials worship the nine divines. And if you played Skyrim, you're familiar with Talos, Kennerith, Akatosh, Julianos, Stendar, that whole pantheon of the nine. So so this is like the second form of fast travel is these scrolls. And the third, and one of my favorites, is the Mages Guild guides. And if we talk to Ms. Marion here and ask her if we can travel, we're going to go to Caldera. I'm going to just show you a secret in Caldera.
How can I help you?
So we have fast traveled to the Mages Guild of Caldera.
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
All right. And I believe Iramian is maybe the... Nope, that's not the...
What was that?
Somebody here does, I believe, has duties for us. I thought one of these NPCs had duties. I could be wrong.
Greetings.
But this is, however, nonetheless, it is a guild hall in Caldera.
What can I do for you, friend?
I know this is a spell trainer. Yeah. Maybe they don't have duties. I thought this guy up here had duties for us. Maybe not. Okay.
All right,
well,
then.
if we come down the stairs in the Caldera Mages
How may
Guild
I help you,
and we
friend?
go through this door, you can help me by getting out of the way. Move. Ah. The guy's really just going to stand there in the door. He's just going to stand there in the door. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to close that door. So we come to Caldera, and once again we have all of these things that we can loot. And it, this is a little tedious. I'm not going to lie. It's a little tedious, but my reason for looting all of these, I want all of the alchemy ingredients. And we are going to do a little bit of potion shenanigans, but I'm not gonna totally like abuse it. We are gonna use it, and there is a difference. So this will be controversial to some people watching. This is not a glitch. This is not a hack. This is just, I know where this is. That's all it is. I know where this is. So there is an entire alchemy set here, master level. Very valuable. Now you could go and trade it and sell it. We're not going to do that. But you could. But it is way too valuable for us to sell. I might sell that potion though. So yeah, the Caldera Mages Guild, we can come here and we can steal this. It is important. I like to shut the door at the bottom of the stairs in case anybody like happens to path in here. So we're not spotted and caught thieving. But yeah, we can come in here and steal this entire alchemy set. And I think, we're kind of coming up on time for this video. So maybe the last thing we'll do this afternoon with Morrowind is I'll just show you some alchemy skills. But this is alchemy without cheating. I can do a video on how to do the alchemy glitch. I guess it's not really even a glitch, it's just the alchemy exploit. Alchemy is highly exploitable in this game, even without glitches, but we're not going to do that. What we are going to do is use the ingredients we have gathered around the world. All right, we're not cheating. We're just gathering these ingredients that we know we need. And if we click on the mortar and pestle and drop it onto our character, it will open up the alchemy window. You don't have to type anything in the box. What you do is just click on the square, and we're going to scroll down to an item that we have quite a few of. How many eggs do we have? 15 of those Kwama eggs. All right, and we have marshmallows. We got 11 of those. And we have salt rice. Now, I'm going to use salt rice. And maybe marshmallow. This is the combination I use frequently. And you can see that it does restore health. Now, funny thing, what if we add to it something that does restore fatigue, like Scuttle? Or we could add these Hlaalu leaves, which do restore fatigue. Now we have a potion that does restore health and fatigue. Now before I make those, what we could also do, if we have ash yams, and I believe we need netch leather. I could be wrong. Let's remove these ingredients. Let's take this ash yam and let's add our netch leather. We only have one of these, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we have 50 luck. So fingers crossed that this works. Let's try to see if close our eyes, pray. It worked. That's awesome. Okay, so we just made a Fortify Intelligence potion. So if we go into our magic, and let's see, Fortify Intelligence, 16 points for 40 seconds. Our intelligence is 50. I'm going to take this potion, and if we take this potion before we make other potions, our new potions will be stronger. So we're going to take this intelligence potion, and if I close the window, we see the little sparkles. Now we have 66 intelligence. Now we're going to open up our alchemy window, and everything we make while that potion is active with the Fortify Intelligence will be a little bit stronger, just a little bit stronger. So I'm going to go back and add our Hlaalu leaves, add our, what did we have, Kwama eggs, and marshmallows. Oh, you know what? It wasn't the eggs. Oh yes. See, if we use that combination, we get paralyzed. We don't want to do that. We're going to add, this is why you read the cooking directions. Maybe Scuttle. No, Scuttle just does restore fatigue. We want salt rice. That was the one. We originally had the salt rice in there. Okay. So we can make 11 of these. Yeah, so you see how many times we failed? We got really, really lucky with our intelligence potion. That's all I'm going to say. We got really lucky with that. We have lots of other ingredients we can mix though, so it's not the end of the world. But I do want to try and be consistent about having health and fatigue in these potions. Yeah. No luck there. Crush fiber is luck. Resin? Wow. I'm striking out on these. It kind of sucks because we got really lucky with the intelligence boost. Really lucky with the intelligence boost, and then we struck out on the on making the actual potions we wanted. So I'm gonna mix these Scuttle and Kwama eggs, just make restore fatigue pots. Those are good too. And we just got a skill point for alchemy by making these potions. And again, you know, the way we can abuse and exploit this is to buy the ingredients. And you might say, well, what's so bad about that? Well, maybe in a future video I'll do a video on that and show you what happens, because you can buy basically infinite ingredients once you get this started. And I guess it's just what you know, how powerful do you want your character at the beginning of the game is really the answer to whether or not you should do it. Since I have these ingredients, and since we have used our intelligence fortification, we're going to go ahead and make some other potions just to kind of boost our alchemy for later. So we can make this levitate potion. Oh, we made one. Okay. We don't have the ingredients to make a light potion, but we can do lichen and heather, I believe. We'll do a fortify personality. No, that's restore personality. Huh. Which one does fortify personality? Ah, there it is. Crush fiber. Wow, that was really lucky. So we'll be able to use that fortify personality on the quest to collect the guild dues. We can pop that potion, and then we'll be able to convince Monway to give over her guild dues. So that'll be really helpful. So that was very fortunate that we were able to get that. See, we've got water breathing. Water walking. I'm kind of doing a lot of this from memory as well, because I don't really have all of the ingredient effects. As you can see, there's a lot of question marks. Let's see. Dro waxes fortify strength. I think we need scamp skin to go with that. Yeah, so that's restore strength. But then what happens if we add stone flower? Oh, that's going to drain luck if we do that. Well, the Dro wax is more valuable, so let's not use it. Oh, you know what? The fortify strength was vampire dust, I believe. Yeah, so I'm going to make this. One of the memes in Morrowind is that there's a certain enemy that can drain your strength down to the point that you have to drop all your stuff because you can't carry it because you're weak until you... and then you have to restore your strength and go back and pick all your crap up. So I'm going to make this. Oh, we failed. That's fine. We'll go get a whole bunch of those stone flower petals and we will just carry them with us. So let's see, what else can we make? There's probably some other stuff we can make. I just don't have all of the effects discovered, and I could look them up. You know, it's pretty easy to find this stuff online. This game's so old, all this information is on the internet now. But I think that's pretty good for now. Alright, so I'm going to close this and just go back into our menu and show you what we've made. So we made Fortify Personality, 17 points. That's pretty significant. Levitate, 8 points for 17 seconds. That's good enough to get us down from a high place or get us up to a ledge. I mean, it's short duration. Restore Fatigue. This is what's a big deal. 16 points for 40 seconds. Yeah, those are big, powerful potions. And then this one will give us basically 66 health over 11 seconds. We only have 40 health in our entire... So this will restore 1.5 times our health pool over 10 seconds. So we can pop one of those and enemies can beat on us and they won't even hurt us. Really powerful stuff. We don't need that ring equipped, but I'm just going to equip it. So yeah, alternatively, what you can do is you can sell these potions back, get some money, buy some ingredients, and then continue making potions. And that's how you would exploit the potion making in Morrowind. In very short summary, very, very, very short summary. What is our capacity? We have almost 100 pounds of capacity still. Yeah, I mean, our 50 strength really is paying off. We could carry this alchemy set around with us with the amount of strength we have, and we probably wouldn't be hindered by that very much, even being heavy armored.
How may I help you, Breton?
Yeah. You need to get out of the doorway. That's how you could help.
Is there something I can do for you?
Yeah. So this is the little hamlet, I guess you might say, of Caldera. And it's a mining town. There's a little castle up there where the Duke resides. And And just outside of Caldera, I mentioned those stoneflower petals. There's a whole patch of them. And since I brought up the strength draining enemies, I'll show you where these stoneflower petals are. I really kind of need one of these anyway. You can see our fatigue just shoots up. Yeah, so right outside Caldera, I mean, you can see the gate to Caldera from this little patch. If we go over here, you've got some chokeweed, and then all of these blue flowers here are stone flowers, and you can just come in here, and you can just harvest all of these stone flowers for when you need them, and let the game naturally grow them back and replenish them. And this is a great thing. It's to keep on your character at all times, especially in like the mid game when you start doing some real dungeon exploration. You're gonna need these, and you'll be really, really glad that you saw this trick. There's one of the famous naked barbarians of Morrowind, but we're not going to go interact with him today. This has been a good episode. I think we got a little bit done. We're a lot of this is kind of setting up for our first few missions and quests. And, so Morrowind is kind of a slow drip. It's not a fast-paced game. It's not meant to be. We're in this for the long haul. This is easily a 200-hour game to, complete if you want to do all the like faction quests and the main quest and I don't even know if you could do, I guess if you were like speed running really fast, but playing at like a normal pace, getting through the Tribunal and Blood Moon expansions might be a challenge in less than 150 hours. It could be done, but there's a lot of reading and it's just a very...
How may I help you, Breton?
That's just the pace of this game. And this is a very relaxed game compared to most video games. Even other Elder Scrolls games are a little bit faster paced. And
do you want something from me?
So we are going to travel back to Balmora.
How may I help you,
And we are quite a bit richer and quite a bit more prepared with our alchemy set. And that's going to do it for Morrowind for this episode. And next episode, we're going to go ahead and pick up with following up with the Fighters Guild and getting that first quest done for Caius regarding the history of Morrowind and the Nerevarine prophecies. So we're going to find out what Hasfet Antibalas can tell us about those things. And we're probably going to have to do some missions for him. And I think I'm going to try and tie those in with the Mages Guild quests that we have as well. And so next episode, we'll get into some more exploration and maybe some more combat and, a little bit more action than this one. This episode was really just kind of setting up for the next few episodes of questing and exploring. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate all the support. Every time you hit that like button, it helps more people find my videos. And I'm doing this for fun, but it's good to connect with other people in the process. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next video coming soon. Remember, Morrowind is every Monday, each week on Mondays. So we'll see you then.